And then, you know, if your NDB is designed to handle short transactions, but many of them. But if, you know, in Galera, it's more multi-purpose when it comes to just handling, you know, if you're, as I said again, you know, if you're migrating an application, then if it worked on NDB before, it's likely to work even if you move to Galera, unless you have these hot spot tables. I'm not sure if you have seen Setbo's talks about Galera. If you have hotspot tables, then it might be tricky. It's very easy with Galera to set up geographical replication. You can have you set up a cluster over a wide area network. You set up the segment and so on, so you're not so you're relaying the traffic. Whereas with MySQL Cluster, you can also set up replication, the cluster-to-cluster replication. It's asynchronous then, but it's a quite tough job to do. But on the other hand, also with this geographical asynchronous replication between MySQL clusters, it's possibility to have both clusters as active masters because it do support conflict detection and resolution. It's not automatic. You have to do some configuration stuff to get that working really well. Yeah, here's another way of showing. There's a slide showing the replication basically from one master cluster to another master cluster, and they can write in each direction. It's actually the MySQL server is using the same technique as normal MySQL replication to replicate the data. So typically you have one active link, the primary link, and then a secondary standby link that you can fail over to if the primary link will fail. But whereas with Galera, the easy thing there is that if you would like to, expand to a node and into another data center, for example, you can start up the node. It's quite easy to tune the segments and stuff like that to set that this node that I add in this new data center should have another segment. It's quite easy to set to change the network timeouts and so on with Galera to make it work in a multi-data center setup. MySQL Cluster should always run basically in one data center, pretty much like Booking does it. When it comes to some other differences, well, both of them are consensus win, right? There is a majority rule here. In Galera, there must be a majority of nodes that are up so that they can agree on the view, and they will be then synced. The other nodes will be non-primary in Galera. In MySQL Cluster, the rule is that we must have one node from each partition, or what's called node group, available. Otherwise, you don't have a cluster. But if you have a network failure between nodes, then this arbitrator will be asked to form the majority. So it's basically the same thing there. Yeah. So scaling is more complex with MySQL Cluster than we talked about. Finally then, a little bit of a performance comparison. I noticed that the graphs you have to come up much closer to study this cryptic here, but it says 60K there, 40K and 20K here. This is a normal sysbench that I'm running. There's a column I'm running it. We are hitting about 55 perhaps 1,000 queries. Sysbench here on a two-node data node to SQL node NDB cluster. I'm not sure how we ran this though, if what the CPU utilization was on the different nodes. But you know, anyways, taking the same load and running it on Galera, well, it gives, you know, pretty much a little bit better perhaps. It's going up and down here, but it's in the almost the same way. It goes up to perhaps 70 the peak, whereas MySQL Cluster is 60,000 on the peak for this particular suspense workload.
Yeah, two database nodes here and arbitrator for Galera.
I must check that with my colleague actually that ran this. I'm not sure if an arbitrator was involved here. Because I mean the arbitrator would be involved in the certification process, right?
That would add a bit more latency.
Okay. So really in Galera the arbitrator is not so useful really.
I know.
It's better to have a normal node if you can. Anyways, since it does the same work anyways. Except story with it. Right, yes, I am pretty much ready with this talk right now. So if you have any questions or thoughts or yeah, if you are more confused about the NDB cluster than ever, just let me know.
Is there any size limitation of the data set in NDB cluster?
No, not really. I mean, it's you can have 48 data nodes, and then how much RAM can you get in a modern computer nowadays? Is it a terabyte you can get in a fairly, you know? So then you can have 48 data nodes then times say 1 terabyte, but then they need to mirror data as well, right? So you cut it in half, right? So you will have 24 terabyte then for storage, but I don't think anyone does. The largest I know about are around about a couple of terabytes in size.
So it's just limited by amount of RAM?
Yes, yes, yes. But then you can have these disk data tables as well, so you can, you know, for other storage that you don't need to store in RAM, so you could, you know. But you are limited by the RAM at some stage, yes.